We're setting things up, getting excited for day 2 of our live, but our Instagram here is a little not happening. Letting people get on and welcome you guys to day 2. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're on YouTube, we're on live stream, we're on Facebook community page. Alicia, Karen, so awesome to have you guys back. Super excited about our new program here, joining every single day. Shiver Bones, Dee Dee, welcome back. Irma, welcome back. Gosh, you guys, getting on fast today. Gina Marie, awesome. So excited. So excited. Did you guys get anything out of yesterday's conversation? Any aha moments? Yesterday was the first one, so I was introducing to you a little bit about my background. So I would love to know, just as people are getting on, what did you get out of yesterday's conversation? Did it have you think a little bit differently? Love, love, love. Did it have you noticed yourself a little bit differently? Lauren, yay.
You're not live on the community page.
Oh, I'm on the wrong page?
You're on your own Facebook.
Guys, I'm on the wrong page. Okay, you stay here, you stay here, you. I'm sorry, I gotta change. Gotta go live on the community page. Meet me there, just like go to that next page. I'll be right back.
You can close them all if you want to restart.
What's that?
You can close them all if you want to restart.
That's okay. We're gonna be right back. I do this all the time. Do you guys ever do that? I do that. I wish I didn't, but I always think I'm so organized and then I'm not so organized. So give me a second as I just go live on my community page, because today we're gonna really have a great conversation. I wanna hear from you. I forgot what I put on as the question.
What happens if you don't live up to your own ideals, and then the link?
What happens when you don't live up to your own ideals? That's a good question. What do you do when you don't live up to your own ideals? While I'm getting on here, you can go to patriciamoreno.com/yes, yes, and get the download. As I type in, I have to pay attention when I type in patriciamoreno.com/yes, yes. Because there's a lot of mischief happening in our minds when we don't go live up. Hey guys, welcome to day 2. Super, super excited. We're going to be talking today about spiritual fitness, all things spiritual fitness. And I'm super excited to have you guys joining me here again. And we're going to be talking about what happens when you don't live up to your own ideals. And thanks you guys for switching pages with me. I was on the wrong page, but we're here now. We're started. We're back in the groove. Dee Dee, Alicia, right back on again. You guys are awesome, always hopping on. And we're really gonna go a little bit deeper into this conversation. It's kind of more of a question. What happens when we don't live up to our own ideals? And the area that we're really focusing on here is body. How do we treat ourselves when we're not living up to that perfect image, that ideal body weight, when we're not getting the right feedback, or when we're just not living up to that which we wish we would live up to? And for a lot of people, sometimes it is when the scale doesn't say the right number. Who is a slave to the scale? That's what I want to know. Anybody here a slave to the scale? Steven's on. Steven, thanks for joining. Lucy's on. And we're talking about spiritual fitness. As I was sharing with you guys yesterday, I've been in the fitness industry. I started actually when I was in high school. I walked into a workout class and I was like, oh yes, this is how I want to live my life. and you just bought a scale for the first time in your adult life. Wow. So it's always a touchy subject, right? Do I weigh or do I not weigh? And the real question is, how do you treat yourself when that number is not right? How do you treat yourself when the number is higher than you thought it would be or you wished it would be? What do you do? I want to know what you do. What do you do? What do you do? Liz says, my hair looks great. Finally down, takes a bit, but I got it there. You're a slave to my pants, Shiverbone says, and they strangle me. It burns me out. Yeah, when your clothes don't fit right. You know, I had when you weigh too much. There were a few weeks, like, I stopped teaching as much, and all of a sudden my clothes started feeling too tight. And you know that kind of joke where people go, yeah, my clothes were in the dryer and they shrunk too much. Have you ever done that? Like you put something on and you're just like, oh, these clothes must have gotten shrunk in the dryer, or a slave to the scale. But the question is, what happens after that? What happens after that? Where do you go? Do you shut down? Do you get angry? Do you get pissed off? Hi, Baya. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Michelle. Hi. Hi, you guys. So good to see you. Kaula. That's a cool name. So good to see you. And this is a really, really important conversation. Part of spiritual fitness is getting curious. Depression happens. Now, here's what I want to distinguish for you. Sometimes you get in your own head. I want you to really tune in, excuse me, and ask yourself, what really happens? What do you do to beat up on yourself? What kinds of things do you say to yourself when you are not being so grounded and adult about all of this? You finally decided your body had a number on the scale, and that you were going to be loving it no matter what. Hi, Nicole. Hi, lovely Summer Valencia. Hi, Linda. You get angry and you can't shift when you can't shift that last stone. So, you know, there's the conversation of, you know, diet and exercise, which diet works, which exercise plan works. But what I want to talk about, we're talking about that's the mechanics, right? There's the psychology behind it. And what's the real goal? What's the real goal of really our weight loss journey or our self-improvement journey? You finally got connected. Aubrey's here. Judy's here from South Africa. Well done. Elizabeth Garcia's here. Catherine. Guys, so good to see you. This is really a conversation that's important for all of us to have because we all have a body. We all have a body. And, you know, there's times that we feel great and there's times that we don't feel great. And the question is, what happens when we don't live up to our ideals? What do we do? How do we treat ourselves? What does that inner bully say when you feel like you're not doing it right, or today wasn't a good day, or you ate the food that you consider bad, or you ate the food that you considered makes you fat? Like, there's a whole inner world that's determining our life. Jackie's on, Supreme, and we're talking about what happens when you don't live up to your ideals. What's the conversation in the head? What do you say to yourself? Hi, Sandy. What do you say to yourself? I want to know what that inner bully says. What does that inner bully say when you have gone to that place where it's just not okay where you are? You're like, I'm just not okay where I'm at. I'm heavier than I want to be. I don't look as good as I wish I looked. That inner voice can be really, really mean. Or it can just be very soft and say things like, you see, it's never going to work out for you. You're not going to do it. you never do it. Hi, Michael. Hi, Brenda. What does yours say? So hard with chronic pain, illness to stay motivated. Not worthy. You punish yourself. I start thinking to not eat anything, to starve myself. Hi, Allison. So that's what I want to tune into. You weigh almost every day, and I get to 150. You weigh every day. You did the best you could at that time. You'll do better next time. I tell myself, it's no wonder I'm not in a relationship. Yeah, like, of course there are days where we can be like, yeah, okay, let's get back to it. That was a mishap. That is a healthy relationship. But for a lot of us, this conversation is an opportunity to beat ourselves up, to be like, I ate well, but didn't show up on the scale, might as well throw it out. Or see, as Dee Dee said, right? Dee Dee just said here, I use it as an excuse to beat myself up and to say, it's no wonder I'm not in a relationship. No wonder I'm not in that beautiful relationship that I really want to be in. It's because of my weight. I can't even stick to a diet. I'm such an XYZ. From Northern Ireland, Penelope from Northern Ireland. So we're talking about inner bully conversations. I want you to get really, really clear about what is that inner conversation. Hi, Nikki. About how do you treat yourself when things are not perfect, when you feel like you're stressed, you're worried. When I'm stressed, when I feel like, oh my gosh, I have so much to do, the number one thing I do over and over and over is go check the refrigerator just to see if there's something there that's a little more interesting. I'll always feel fat. I get upset, so I eat. It's a vicious cycle. It's such a vicious cycle. And I had such an interesting moment last week, because last week, and maybe it was 2 weeks ago, I literally broke down in tears. And if I think about it too much, the tears can come again. And somebody posted something. There's a video. I've done many videos. I did some videos with a company called Guyam. Do you guys know who Guyam is? And tell me if you can relate to this. I did videos, and I remember very clearly when we were shooting these videos. I think we were in Boulder. And I had been training, literally starving myself for this video shoot. I was nervous, I was scared, it was a big deal for me. I was excited that I got this contract. And of course, what do you do before a photo shoot when you're just not, when you're in this diet mentality, this starve yourself mentality? What do? Well, you get on a diet, right? You get on a diet and you starve yourself. So that's what I did. Before the shoot, I went on a diet, of course, and did everything that I could to kind of get the last, 10 pounds off, I guess, more or less. Whatever it was, it seemed like a big deal. And I remember just the night before being mortified that I had 1 pound that I hadn't dropped yet, and working out in my room and freaking out. I shot the video, it went well, but the whole time I was stressed that I didn't look good enough, and it was 1 pound. Like literally like 1 or 2 pounds. I remember I was trying to get down to 150. I'm tall. At 150, under 150, I'm looking really lean, according to me. Well, I was probably like 151. And I shot the video, and this girl posted the video a few weeks ago on her page because she was one of my background dancers. You might know her name's Erica Shannon. She's on what's the name of it? Daily Live? The Daily Show. Lucy, what's the name of that show? Daily Burn. Daily Burn. She's intenSati leader. She's been in my life for a long time. She was excited. She posted this video and I started to cry. And I cried and I cried and I cried because I remember thinking how fat I looked, and I remember being devastated and embarrassed and ashamed, and it took away from me being really, really present. And I looked back and I cried because how I see myself from this day was not how I saw myself that day. And that made me so sad. So sad to think how much I tortured myself for so many years. Not enough, not enough, not enough, not enough, not good enough, not good enough, still not good enough. Who has that? Do you have that? Not enough, not enough, not enough, not good enough, not thin enough, not pretty enough, not rich enough, not enough. It's not enough yet. It's not enough yet. It's not good enough yet. It's not good enough yet. If you have it, put a yes, yes in the chat. Because that's what we're talking about. Spiritual fitness is about going after that. It's not about the new diet or the new exercise. Any diet or exercise will work. Yes, Dee Dee says we are our worst bullies. I want to know if you do this. I want you to shout it out. I want you to say you do it. If you do it, put it here. Are you your own worst enemy? And I know we all are. I do. I know I don't even have to ask you that question. It's the human condition. We are hard on ourselves. We are critical. And the number one thing that will always keep us away from being happy is our self-criticism, our self-denigration, being so hard and critical on ourselves that we keep ourselves in this mindset of critical mind, this mindset of being so mean and punishing and angry. Not enough, not enough. Definitely your own worst critic, definitely. I want you to put hearts, put hearts, put hearts, put hearts to that part of you that just says, you're just done being that way. Shiverbone says, with practice and repetition, I'm catching myself. Yes, and pulling away from the misery seeks company situations. Yes, yes, thank you for the hearts, thank you for the hearts, thank you for the hearts, because that's exactly what we need to overcome this situation. We need the hearts. We need the hearts. We need the hearts, hearts, hearts. We need to open up our heart. That's what spiritual fitness is about. Patricia says, we're always harder on ourselves. I know, I'm so bad with it, and it limits what I do. What does it limit you from? What does it limit you from? That's what I want to know. What do you not do because you think you're not good enough? What do you limit yourself from? Do you not go on dates? Do you not go to the gym? Do you not hang out with your friends? Leslie says, I wish I could give myself as I give to others. That would be a big win, wouldn't it, Leslie? Wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be a big win for you guys? Hiding at home instead of going out. Put a yes if you did that. No dates. And we think that as soon as we lose the weight or we change or we get better or nicer and we go into isolation, that's exactly right. Because when we punish ourselves and we're hard on ourselves and that inner critic voice is on the loose, like on the loose, you're not good enough, you're not good enough, you're not good enough, you're not good enough. And here's the problem, is we think that that voice is right because it's our voice. It's our voice. But spiritually fit is really, really about understanding that that voice is like an old tape recorder. If you're old enough to know what a tape recorder is, do anybody know what a tape recorder is? It's that device. Now we use it on our phones and there's the voice recorders, but there used to be this device that you could carry around that was really big and clunky. That's what I think of. It's outdated. It's outdated device. but it's stuck. We're stuck there because it's a tape. It's a tape. It's like your computer. If you don't update the programming, the hardware is there. The brain is the hardware, but we need the new updated version. We need the new software. We need the new programming, and it takes work. And here's where the disservice happens. Here's where the disservice happens. This, if you hang out with me, you will know this is my pet peeve, and this is something that I really, 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 really want you to pay attention to. Anybody who's selling anything, and I fall into it too, we want to, and even with good means, like I feel my heart's in the right place. I want people to come to my class. I want people to come to my workshops. I want people to be in my team, in my movement. So what do we have to do when we're trying to like get people on board is most often we have to say it's easy. It's easy, but this is one of the things that I am working very hard against in helping us point it out in the industry, in the fitness industry, in the weight loss industry, in the selling industry, is it's easy. If they say weight loss is easy, don't buy it. Here's the problem. If somebody's saying it's easy, it's easy, it's easy, it's easy, go on this diet, it's easy, you're gonna lose 20 pounds in the first week. Kellen's on. Hi, Cal. If someone is saying it's easy, it's easy, it's easy, aren't they saying you're weak, you're weak, you're weak? It's easy. You should have done it by now. It's easy. You should have done it by now. 3 steps to 5 minutes to thinner thighs. 3 steps to the best body of your dreams. The girl running on the beach, her hair blowing in the wind. It's easy. Just sign up. It's easy. Just sign up. Just sign up. It's easy. Seductive. It's seductive. Easy. Come on. It's easy. 3 steps, 5 minutes. It's not easy. It's not easy. We can take tiny steps and we can make it easy. We can take our time. We can be supported. We can do the work. But if you're not even doing the work in the right area, it's not going to work. I said this yesterday. If I give you a key, what is it called? Like a lock for your luggage, a lock for the safe, but I only give you 2 of the numbers. It doesn't matter how much you try. If you don't have the 3rd number, it's not going to open. It's not going to open. If you're not getting spiritually fit while you're getting physically fit, or while you're changing your habitual patterns of how you eat, if you're not doing the spiritual part, it won't work. It's the 3rd number of the combination lock. You must have it. You must have it. It's the spiritual part is the part that is the roots. It's the roots of the tree. How our health is, how our body is, how we feel about ourselves. It is a spiritual situation. Because if I said this yesterday, if you're just like plucking the apples and going, I want bananas, let me take all the apples off this tree, and then next bloom is apples. Of course it's apples. You didn't replant bananas. The spiritual fitness is about going to the root, planting the bananas if you want bananas, planting the apples if you want the apples, not just taking off the fruit, throwing it away, and hoping next season the new fruit will be there. That's what the diet and fitness industry does when we're talking about people that want and have not been able to lose weight. If you want to go take a class because you just want to have fun and be fit, yes, but I was doing that, teaching fun classes, hard classes, amazing classes, but I wasn't in the conversation of how do I help my students get results. I wanted results for me. I wasn't getting results. I was teaching classes, 5 classes a day, 7 days a week sometimes. And I was binging and purging. I was using drugs. I was dieting. I was doing crazy things because my mantra, I had one mantra, and that mantra was thin at any cost. And I meant it. I meant it. I meant it. I meant any cost. And I realized I was doing a disservice to my community as a fitness person, as a leader, as someone who is shaping the conversation in the industry where people are longing to find that relationship with yourself. Dee Dee says, eventually you settle for apples. It's such a good point. That's such a good point. Eventually you settle for apples. Why? Because you don't know another way. You think, oh my gosh, this apple might work. Even though I want a banana, this apple might work. I guess there's only apples. I gotta have apples. So Denise says, I'm pre-diabetic. I need to lose now. How many of you feel like that? How many of you feel like that? I need to do it now. 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 So that can be a positive thing. That can be a really positive thing. But here's what I'll tell you is if you're ready to do it now, you're like, that's it. I'm at my limit. And the limit is good. Sometimes that limit, like I said in my story yesterday, sometimes that limit is what we need. But I want to know if now is the time, what's going to change? What's going to change? What is going to change? And the key is that inner conversation, that inner bully, what you listen to, that inner bully that says, you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. You've tried before. You're going to lose a few more pounds, then you're going to feel okay, and then you're just going to go back to the old way. What's the point? And our hope and our fear just gets completely annihilated. And I guess my biggest message is there is another way. And the truth is you just don't have all the information. You don't have all the information. So start looking at that voice of doom and gloom, that voice of fear, that voice of being self-critical. What is going to be different now? How are you going to sow those new seeds? How is that banana tree going to start showing up instead of the apple tree? And one of the big things is, this is a major important message. Huge, huge, huge part of this conversation. Huge. Where you are, wherever you are in this journey is not bad. Is not bad. Is not wrong. Is not failure. Where you are, wherever you are in your journey, it's so important that you don't label it bad, that you don't label it wrong, that you don't move into this mindset of thin is good, not thin is bad. Donuts are bad and apples are good. It's this kind of mindset, this bias to one thing or another. I know that's a very deep conversation and something for later, but spiritually fit is about looking at where you are and seeing what's good about it. And seeing what's good about it. We keep on getting this into this mindset. I can be better, I can be better, more. Not enough, not good enough. When I looked back at that video that I was telling you about, and I looked back, it was like, how could that be? How could that be? And now, 20 years later, like, I wish So it's important. It's so important that we start waking up. And really being spiritual fit is about waking up. Waking up, getting present, getting off of autopilot, and the whole diet mentality and the whole exercise for this ideal body. We've got to start waking up. I was to my limits and lost 100 pounds, but I didn't work on my roots, and some of the apples came back, gaining 40 pounds, and now I'm working on the roots, and I've lost 20 pounds. Still working. Well done. Well done. Well done. Going to the roots, going to the love, going the ultimate message, which is we came to yesterday with our conversation, is the ultimate message is your relationship to yourself. And how do we change that if we don't change the weight? Most of us would say, but I have to lose the weight, but I have to be thinner. How could I love myself? How could I love this? When I was little, my parents told me I was too fat and not lovable this way. What is the biggest obstacle that you feel that you need to overcome with this conversation? Where is it? What is it? Is it a fear? A fear of not being loved enough if you don't weigh the right amount? What's the fear? What is it when you're not in your ideal that you are afraid of? Listen, before I forget, I want you guys to, and Lucy, if you could write it in the chat box, you guys, I have a gift for you, which is a download to get yourself started on this spiritually fit journey. It's so important, and it's about tiny steps, and it's about waking up and asking these questions. patriciamoreno.com/yes, yes. patriciamoreno.com/yes, yes. That's going to take you to my website, to a landing page where you can get the gift that I created just a few days ago for you guys to help you start to sow those seeds, right? It's a start, a planting of these new seeds, an opening up the mind, a feeling into how can this be new? How can this be different? patriciamoreno.com/yes, yes. If you're on Instagram, you can see it in my bio, in my profile. The link is there. You can go there. And if you download that, it's just going to be food for thought. It's just going to be something to start with, right? And little nuggets. My whole idea of how to create sustainable change, it's not my idea, but what I really believe wholehearted in is daily baby steps. Because why do people sell quick fix, quick fix, quick fix? Because we're a society that wants comfort, and we go for comfort and ease. We're wired that way. It's not something to condemn ourselves. Who wants hard when they can have easy? Nobody. Absolutely nobody. It's like saying, I have 2 apples here. They're beautiful apples. They're both organic. They're both not bruised and firm and gorgeous. They came off the same tree at the same time. One of them is $10. One of them is 50 cents. Which one do you want? Of course. Of course, unless it's like a donation. Of course, you're going to take the apple for 50 cents. Of course, nobody's going to pay for something more expensive if it's the exact same thing if they can. So nobody wants to buy hard when they can buy easy. So my question to myself is, how do I make it easy, sustainable, and something that really works? But I want you to just start planting those seeds. Start questioning, how do I treat myself when I don't have my ideal situation, when I don't eat the ideal way, when I don't work out in ideal ways or times or amounts, or don't look my ideal way? Just start noticing. What does the inner bully say? What does the inner critic say? And just start noticing that that's a tape recorder. It's a tape recorder. And you can just go on your day without the hate, without the mean, without the criticism. You can. And it starts just by making the decision to stop. Be tired of it. It doesn't work anyway. And just like I think Dee Dee said earlier, once you want apples and once you want bananas and you keep getting apples, you settle for apples because it's all there is. So we settle. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. The weight loss industry, billions. If somebody had the answer, I think Diane Bondi, if you guys don't know Diane Bondi on Instagram, she's amazing. Follow her. Great yoga teacher, body positivity. She's a big woman. She embraces it. Fill up your streams with positive people. Yeah, it takes an investment of time, but it's worth it. Because if you think about all the diets you've done, how many diets have you been on? How many diets have you been on? And if you have friends who are the diet mentality and really stuck in this rut, share this video. Share this video with them. Share it on your page and open up the conversation because it's so important. How many diets have you been on? Lately, I've been watching CNN. I've never been anybody into politics, but the state of our world is confusing me, to say the least. So I'm on CNN a lot. Every single ad is for diet or dementia or a pill. Everything's about a pill, a pill, a pill, a pill. Why? Because as we get older, we start having more things, and older people watch CNN, I guess. I don't know. But why? Because as we get older, the body starts to break down. It's normal. So what is everybody looking for? Pills, pills. And what do they say on those TV ads? Oh, this could cause dementia, diarrhea, schizophrenia, thoughts of suicide, thoughts of suicide, thoughts of suicide. This drug will help you lose weight, but the side effects are thoughts of suicide, depression, dementia, kidney failure, and death. Here you go. That's the best we've got? That's the best we've got? That's really the best we've got. Lucky number 33. Yes, you are. You're my lucky number 33. That's the best we've got with the geniuses in this world. That's the best we've got. No, it's not. It's that you're looking in the wrong place. We need to be spiritually fit. That's why I'm doing these live streams, because 18 years ago, I made a promise. I made a promise. I made a promise. That means I'm gonna cry. If you don't know my signals yet, I'm trying to like move them away. I made a promise. I made a promise 18 years ago that I would devote my life to finding a way. And that I would devote my life to help people who were suffering as much as I was, because I knew there were millions and nobody was giving an answer. That pill, I understand people are fed up and at their wits' end and don't have any hope and don't know what else to do but to pick the apple when they want the banana. to pick the diet, to pick the pill. But it's because over and over they say, this is the easy way, take this pill. But you know what that does? It makes you weak. It makes you weak. If you keep doing what's easy, it makes you weak. And then all you've got left are apples. So I made a promise 18 years ago to devote my life to finding another way. How do we stop this internal craziness and learn to be happy, like real happiness with ourselves, with our body, with each other, with our life, with our loved ones? How do we do that? And part of why I'm doing this every single day at 1 o'clock is because I've spent the last 18 years studying and researching and asking this question. And it's not about fads and gimmicks. I am a truth seeker. I want the truth. I want to know, and I want you to know too. And I want to share that with you. And it starts with the question, am I sick and tired of taking the pill, even though the side effects are death and suicidal thoughts? Really? 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 That's it? That's what we've got? Shiverbone says, I want real happiness, real legs and health that I trust, joy that I deserve and share. Well, here's what we've got to do. We have to stop attacking ourselves. And that inner critic, that inner mean girl, that inner mean guy, that is the problem. And believing that the next diet or the next exercise program is going to be the solution. It's a shiny object. It's a sales pitch preying on your frustration and your deep, deep desire to want more. Where does God enter in this process? You know, I think that's a great conversation, and I think that different people would say it and see it differently. But for me, I think it's, I hesitate to use the word God just because it has so many things for so many people. But for me, it's that higher power that is everything. And ultimately, that's what we're doing here, is we're connecting to that. We're tapping into that power that is everything, everywhere, omnipotent, omnipower, omniscient. That is that power. And learning to reconnect to that and learning to awaken to that. Leslie asks that good question. Livy is here. Liv's here. Aubrey. Sati 365 and intenSati has literally helped me get off my medication for ADHD and anxiety and choose a better way when the voices come. I am so grateful. Oh, that makes me cry. And when the voices come, I'm so grateful to your dedication and to your promise. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that, Aubrey. Thank you. Well, guys, I'm going to wrap it up because we have days and days and days and days and days and days to hang out together. And I thought I was going to make it through this live stream without crying. That was just a short one. Good thing I have waterproof mascara. I would love to know from you what conversations you'd like me to tackle. On Friday, we're going to have a guest. I don't know who it's going to be yet. You read Wayne Dyer. He says there is a spiritual solution for every problem. He's wonderful. Wayne Dyer, one of my originals, one of the originals. Wayne Dyer is really a great teacher for me. Leslie Wallace, start at patriciamoreno.com/yes, yes. Guys, go to patriciamoreno.com/yes, yes, and just start getting familiar with what I'm teaching and how you can start sowing those seeds of spiritual fitness. I made that gift for you. It's totally free. Once you sign up and download that, you'll have access to my weekly blogs, and I usually write some particular personal story about what I'm doing and what's working for me, and I share that with you on my weekly blogs. And like this page and share this with your friends. Share this, share this, share this. Invite people to join. Let them know we're going live every single day, every single day, every single day. I would love to know before you just log off. I know you guys are getting back to your busy day and this kind of went a little bit long. I would just love to know if you're still here. What was one nugget you got out today? Can you just write one nugget? Just let me know one nugget that you got today that's going to help you in some way, and then we're going to wrap it up. And I promise I will try to keep these down to 20 to 30 minutes. And now that I know that today's the first day of spring, yes, I know we're here every day, and that will be plenty of time for us to get to know each other better and cover more topics. But if you can write in the chat box as you're saying goodbye, as you're signing off, what's one nugget you got today, so that when people read it, they might not even listen to the live stream. They just might be moved by your thing that you put. The inner bully. Change is possible. Tune out the inner bully. Change is possible. That Pamela, good to see you. That you are enough. Love yourself. Not alone in the fight for worthiness. Yes, not alone. Ignore the inner critic. Getting fit and healthy starts with spiritual. Yes. I would love to just hear from you. I want to hear any nugget you got, anything that helped you out today, anything that you would share with a friend. Share this, share this, share this. If you share this video, it would be a great gift. Love your body, Catherine says. And join me back. Join me here tomorrow. No more pills. Not being alone in the struggles. Oh, awesome, Deva. So good to see you here. So good to see you here. Thank you guys for joining. If you're just joining in, you go back and watch from the beginning. And I hope you got something. Impossible, I'm possible. Yes, 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 you are. Absolutely, positively possible in so many ways. So the warrior in me recognizes and bows to the warrior in each and every one of you guys. And I love you, and I thank you for being on this journey with me. And we're going to be here live every single day at 1 o'clock. And on Fridays, I'm going to have special guests to be on this conversation. You love my job. I love my job. Now you'll be a regular viewer. You never saw this before. Awesome. Awesome. And so when I make this gesture is a gesture of thanks, but a gesture that symbolizes we're in this together. You and me and everybody. And that my intention is always to serve you and to really do something today that will help you improve your journey. So I hope we accomplished that today. And if it served you today and you have friends in your community that you think this conversation would really help them, please share and join back tomorrow. And you can even post what topic would you like to discuss. As we're getting to know each other, we'll be able to refine this conversation a little bit more. But for now, I'll be showing up for you every single day, and I look forward to seeing you too. Dee Dee, thanks for sharing. I really appreciate you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for being with me. And let's see each other back here tomorrow. Ciao for now. Tuning out. Adios and live video. Thank you guys so much. We need more benevolence. I don't know how to tune out. End.